This is Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. My name is Joshua Ishaya, your regular farm host. Recently, the African Stakeholders Conference held and had great minds in attendance. Great minds in the world of agriculture, philosophers and of course experts when it comes to talking about agriculture in general. And today on the program Back to Farm, we'll be looking at the talk show that held at the program where Funke of the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria was able to actually talk about a very important topic with some experts on preserving national security through mechanical farming. Let's go on this very interesting episode as she's going to be talking with some veterinary doctors and better still some farmers and of course experts in the agricultural spheres where they actually expatiate and share more light on preserving national security through mechanical farming. Stay tuned.
Animal affected with anthrax. I should guess we are over 100 here. It has the ability to kill all of us, just an animal. Yes, with anthrax. And we had, God knows how many, like hundreds of thousands. These were animals that came in through porous borders due to lack of government intentional. So I just want to be very careful with words, but then we have to be very intentional.
True.
How safe are animals? At the level of the FCT, and I would like to say for a fact, blow our own trumpet, that we're trying very hard to make sure that livestock that goes out there it's relatively wholesome for consumption. But again, there's just so much we can do. Niger State, Nasarawa, that's Karu, and Lokoja are just neighboring states that may not have the facilities we have. And these guys come in on daily basis. So we have a lot of chefs and cooks here. I would like to suggest that we be very careful what we feed our customers, because 60% of our diseases come from animals and animal products. So if you buy fish from perhaps somebody that indiscriminately uses antibiotics, you're adding to what the FAO and the WHO term as the next pandemic, which is antimicrobial resistance. Just to give it a quoting, it is estimated that a bacterial staphylococcal disease that you may ordinarily spend about $200 treating now, it is estimated that when this pandemic comes, and it's in less than a decade from now with the present estimation, you'll be spending close to 18,000 US to treat it. That is the gravity of it. I mean, for people that live under a daily, average daily income of $1, I wonder where we see $18,000 to treat ourselves. So our animals are relatively safe.
How relatively? Like, what percentage can you give? Like, is there a statistic to say?
So sadly, because of lack of preparedness, this case of anthrax was confirmed during the Salah festivity. These animals came in from the borders, from Ghana and Niger and Chad. Now, we used to have border patrol posts where we quarantine some of these animals coming in the country. But a random person can just go to Niger, get 2 or 3 truckloads of non-quarantine animals, and while passing all the way through the country, all the way to the west, be dropping these animals at intervals. Now, innocent household owners that want to keep or conserve culture of buying these livestock from livestock markets, taking them back home and slaughtering with their families, call their kids to touch them and feel. I mean, if we were to do true traceback analysis, you'll be surprised the number of human beings that might have died from this anthrax. And anthrax is just a disease out of at least 200 zoonotic diseases that you get from meat and meat-related products.
They tell you this is what the challenge is.
We'd like to have, sorry ma'am, please, we'd like to have it a little more quiet, please. Please, can we just have one house? Let's have it a little bit silent, please. Thank you.
Okay, they say getting reliable buyers, product sourcing and quality, exchange rates, logistics, bad goods. And like Professor said, these things are governed by policies. But the policies are not put in use. You go to offices, you want to get documents, it's a whole lot of, like you are begging to get the document. Somebody is trying to get a Nigerian product and they want NAFDAC to come and help them certify this thing. They tell you, go and get a big house, set up a factory. Somebody that's trying to just build a business, how do they even get money to get a factory? They tell you, come to the office and get this certificate. You are going there. The secretary from the door is not even friendly. And I always say, we have enough products. You go to countries and you are seeing your product, they are calling it Ghana yam. They are calling your product. You go abroad, you go to Germany, you go to US, you are seeing your palm oil and they are giving it a foreign name. They come here, use the same policy that is not working for us. I don't know how they do these things. But if there is a way this policy can work for a common businessman and a woman, it will be fair. Our roads are bad. Bad roads. You see, you go to places, you go to Kaduna, you go to Kano. Even interstate trade is even hard. Not talk of exports. Like something I recently started doing. I was even telling some people, I said, let's even forget this export thing. Let's do interstate trade. You go to Kano, there's a lot of grains. Ibadan has a lot of poultry. They don't have grains. Kano does not have palm oil. And we see palm oil wasting in Akwa Ibom and Delta State. So what are we saying? And by the time you do your calculations, logistics is eating our profit. And you still as a business person want to still do the same road. Government will tell you not to do it to standard. Yes, there's a place my shop is in Lokoboma. We started setting up the road because it was bad, but we had business there. It was difficult to do that as an individual. Government officials will come and tell you, do not do the road to standard. So I always tell them that if we want to be realistic in this thing, we know that we are actually our problem. Yes. We are our problem because people come from other states, people come from other countries, and they are looking at us like they don't. When you tell them that this is the problem, they make you look as if you don't know what you are saying. Because you have the product. You have the product. Like when I do cola nuts in Kano, what they do, they just buy it at 800 naira, 200 naira. They take it for consumption. But China has the highest order of cola. I do cola nut business. If you tell them you have 5,000 bags of cola nuts, they are ready to buy, no matter the cost. And they come, they get the certificate that we are fighting to get, and they export these things easily. How? So that's the how. These policies are not working.
future is in our hands, right? It's in our hands as a nation. I'd like to talk about the collaboration impact. You know, I think Professor Mafikiomi, Dr. Mafikiomi, you talked about the collaboration thing when Nigerians will go with goods and they come back with nothing. And they come to our country, they go with a lot of things. Yes. So I want to ask, how has collaboration helped? Are we really enjoying collaboration, or we are actually killing ourselves by waiting on the UN to come and save us?
The issue we have is the terror of Nigerians on Nigerians.
Okay.
It's an internal thing. You know, when your skin is white, the Chinese man, the Indian man, the Lebanese man, the Vietnamese man, they know how to play the game because they are playing international markets. You are doing local. Any cost, any value cost above the cost of production will not work out for you. So you cannot factor in corruption. Corruption does not have percentage. They could demand 100% from you. When timber, teak, mahogany was banned for export, the Chinese were doing it 100%. In Oshobo, in Ibadan, everywhere. They don't allow as a black man. In fact, when you buy a lorry load of timber, the Chinese man is ready to buy from you because he will export 1,001 containers in a jiffy because he already factored because he's earning dollars. You are doing local.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So collaboration with who? Is it collaboration with you and government or with partners and others? Government will tell you, look, I have worked for 35 years as an entrepreneur in Nigeria. I brought in power manufacturers from Germany, from Spain, and I approached my states. I said, they want to do 2 megawatts of power in every local government. And these people, I invited them to Germany, and they said, 3 of you and 2 government officials, come over to Germany, come and see how it works. What do they want to use? Non-biodegradable materials like rubber, plastic, tires, and the rest of them. They are clogging our gutters. Our environment is filled with them. Cellophane, nylon bag, PET bottles. It will clean up our environment. You know what they told me? They told me that they're not looking for solicited power manufacturer. They said they're not looking for power contractors. You don't have power, yet you are still arrogant. The arrogancy of corruption. So when you look at it, why do you think many people they are tired of the corruption? We're not tired of Nigeria. They are tired of the principalities and power I spoke about.
Yeah.
That is the problem. So when you say you want to collaborate and they're telling you that we will license you, before you even get the license, the problem is this. In the UK, if you want to get a passport, you fill your form, they minimize face-to-face meeting. You fill your form online. You upload your maybe tax clearance and everything. And when your passport is ready, they will call you or they will deliver it to you. But because it will not work here, your internet will not work. So they will allow you to come so they can negotiate what they will collect from you. I don't did passport for my children. 70,000 naira for a 5-year passport.
What has collaboration? I want you to speak from the angle of the benefits, because truth be told, there are some collaborations that are working and there are some that aren't working, right? There are some that are political, they have political undertone and all. So I want you to speak from the angle of what possible collaboration are we now exploring at Pan-African level within the African countries?
About collaboration, coincidentally, before this program, I was opportune to be in an African Center for Disease Control training outside of Abuja. I just returned yesterday. And it was organized by the African Union, where it's a tripartite training, sort of, where human doctors, environmentalists, and veterinary doctors come together under the One Health umbrella. So as One Health enthusiasts, we bring human health, animal health, and the environment, as it were. Let me just give a simple scenario where collaborations actually work. I'm a veterinary doctor. I'm a livestock merchant. I go get plants for my livestock. But then the farmer that grew these grasses, perhaps because of fear of locust, decides to use pesticides. You use pesticides on your hay, and I buy them to feed to my livestock, thereby depositing organophosphates. Human beings, here in Africa, how we measure social status is by how much meat you have on your plate. We go and generously buy this meat without proper inspection. We put this meat on our tables, and we're big men with our kids, and we feast. Now, if we of course, we know the dangers inherent. Kids start coming down with diseases like asthma, even cancer. You have a marriage ceremony, and then you do some bokoto, a lot of pomo, and you didn't know that they use tires to roast this high. Now, when you come to One Health, everybody is a stakeholder, including communication.
Yeah.
I know this, you know this. What of the ordinary person out there?
Yeah.
So there's need collaborations. Okay, so for this empowerment or the workshop I went to, we're paid in dollars. Directors were there, and they were saying for the first time in about 33, 34 years in the civil service, they went for a program that they got, even outside the country, that they got paid in hard currency. What does that translate to? The African Union, of course, came in, worked with the National Center for Disease Control, Federal Ministry of Environment, and Federal Ministry of Agri, but they were in charge of disbursing the funds. That is, there was a salient message that we are not honest people, we are not sincere people, we are not disciplined people. So as much collaborations as we like to think we should have, would not be so fruity if we don't tell ourselves the truth. We must be very sincere and approach between ourselves, amongst ourselves. And these guys that, like the Federal Ministry of Agri and the Federal Ministry of Environment should sincerely form a One Health. In fact, it's supposed to be an agency, a One Health agency where the media is a stakeholder. Environmentalists are stakeholders. We come together, tell ourselves the truth, get this team working, and I assure you that with sincerity of purpose, some of these problems locking will be a thing of the past.
In our days when we were young, we were ready for hard work. Nigeria uses soft life.
Yes, sir.
Praise the Lord. A lot of them are here. It's soft life. I was at the forum in Kenya, and this beautiful girl said, I am a farmer. Coffee lady, beautiful. In fact, at the end of the day, a lot of young people followed her. She represents the youth. And they said, what kind of farming do you do? And she took her time to explain. Nigerian issue is a bit difficult.
Yeah.
There are no roads to our farms. You are a young farmer. The kind of farming my father did, my great-grandfather, my father was not a farmer. My great-grandfather, it was a back-breaking type of farming. Because they married plenty wives. Make sure they have male children. Maybe you don't know the reason why men want to build children. Is to be able to carry yam and cassava from the farm. It's not because we like women. It is because of our business. Go and That's very well. That's the genesis of having plenty wives. You have plenty children to work on your farm. Women thought it is because you want to enjoy women. No, it's on a farm. So, I think government will create the enabling environment. Modern farms in India, I was there, in Pakistan, they have good roads. In fact, they have this wheat farm. Wheat. If you see the road, it's like you can contend with the road on the express road. If government can put road on our farm, even if you have a car as a farmer, young farmer, you can drive there and do your farm. You have access. We are selling bike that can carry. It's a logistic bike. If you harvest, you can put the bag, the one you use to carry cement and pure water. With the modern equipment, young people will be able to go there. And then rural electrification. If you see a young farmer farming and there is music on the farm, if there is music, imagine your farm now, you are hearing lonely hearted talk. The way you listen to music, the more you work, I think if you create the environment, a lot of young people, youth will be attracted to come and work.
Federal Colleges of Agriculture and 16 National Agricultural Research Institutes all over the country, and each institute has its mandate, crop mandate. All right. So I think the problem we have may be lack of information. So there are schools for farming. If you want to go into farming, the different types of farming, there are institutes and colleges that are already on ground where you can go to study farming. All right. So I think we have those available, but just that maybe people are not aware. And that's why we're saying there should be a correction in our curriculum and a form of harmonization such that everyone will be carried along and people will not be lacking information. You can please come to ARCN if you want to get information on improved seeds, on research, on things you need to know from livestock to animal, arable crops, whatever you need to know about agriculture. And then we have ARCN TV now. Please just look out. There are so many programs you will watch and you get information on what to do.
This is Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. Many thanks for staying through on the program Back to Farm. And of course, I'm sure you must have learned one or two on the importance of mechanical farming, since the world is actually running on a just age and a lot of people are going into mechanical farming. Enough of taking holes and of course farming in small. Let's go into agriculture, because believe me, take it or leave it, people need to feed. You will not believe, as Nigeria as it stands now, right now as we speak, the likes of the pumpkin, popularly known as ugu, the likes of Edikanko and others, Chinese have actually taken some of this seed and they are farming them, and they are directly importing them back into our country where it all originated from. That narration must stop if you and I can actually take our host and of course go back to farm. We come to the end of the episode of the Farm Back to Farm. My name remains Joshua Ishaya. Thanking you for being a part of it. Have yourself a very wonderful day ahead. Bye for now.